Now I would like to invite Mr. Nirmalya Chhatterjee, COO and Business Director, Tekla India Pvt Ltd. Please.
All right. I'm a guest speaker here, and I'm representing on the technical aspects, and I'm representing a technical company. We basically deals into engineering technology, which is related to building and constructions. So I'm going to start with, because this forum is all about grains, so I like to start with a couple of words that I've been searching on, because yesterday itself I was trying to do that. And these are all the words which is probably linked to all movement of the grain. But the question is that what we as a technical company or a technological company needs to understand before we step in for a grain movement, a couple of statistics, everybody has know about it, and I don't need to emphasize on the same. Maybe in the last part, which says that the greener cover reductions of 10% is increasing the 8 degrees centigrades. That's something which is very, very important. So what are we doing here? What kind of contributions we as, can I have this microphone, because this is easy for me. These are all known factors for all of us who are supporting in this green movement. But at the same time, we need to see what we, when say we, you, those who are involved in constructions, building and constructions, and us who are providing this as a technology software, are we doing for it? Then we found that around 39% of the energy are consumed, 72% of and the electricity are consumed directly on that. So what are the way that we need to do it? We need to probably making a proper planning and design in the building and construction industry. That's something which is first important part. And then we can move on further. But once we start doing it as a planning, the one factor which is going to be more important, which is going to be again linked with your green movement, is how we are going to reduce the wastage. Because controlling the material waste is also an important factor. Those who are into the building and constructions, the developers, they might be knowing that there are a lot of wastage materials that it is dumped on your construction site. So if you can have some kind of a mechanisms whereby you can reduce your control on the wastage, that will substantially not only help you to be a more productive, more profitable, but also it will contribute to your green movement. Well, we all know that time is also a factor linked with your money, and we also need to have some kind of mechanisms in the process whereby the time and overrun cost is also going to be combined together. So what then we can do combinedly is we believe that for any building and construction projects, planning, design, control of the material wastage, and the time overrun, in all these three factors, there is one thing is common, which you need to have a better technology to use for this. Okay, as I'm representing a technological company, so I need to make a little note of what we are. Tekla is a company which is developing software, which is into constructions technology, is into infrastructure and energy. We have been in the business for a quite long time, from 1966, and from 2011 onwards, we are now part of a bigger company called Trimble India. Trimble is also is a NASDAQ listed company. We have around 21 countries presence and a $2 billion revenue company. We are all emphasizing on using the sustainable technology. From the conceptual stage that it goes through to the main actually execution of the projects. We call it as a BIM. Maybe many of you may not be heard about this term called BIM. It's a building information modeling, whereby all your building data informations are stored together. So those who have not yet heard about it, I just make a kind of a search in Wikipedia, this what is BIM is all about. And then you can see it here, that there are some highlight points. It says it's a process. It's a process whereby from your conceptual stage of your building to design, to execute, and even towards the demolitions part of it. You should have a single 3D model through which you will be able to deliver it. We also believe on the same. Our technology starts from ownership to the architectural, structural, detail, mechanical executions, entire part of it our technology covers up. And we believe that we need to eliminate the drawing part of it. There has to be coordinations based on a live communications through which every player, whether it's an architect, whether it's a mechanical engineers, whether it's a contractor, they will be able to communicate through the live model. We call it as an absolute model, whether it's just kind of a steel structure or whether it comes to the concrete structures, doesn't matter, but it has to be an absolute 3D model. And then when you have the absolute 3D model, there are certain advantages that you are going to get, that from the same 3D model, you'll be able to get all your details, whether it is your building materials takeoff, whether it is your drawing setups, whether it is your planning, executions, all, including directly connecting to the site itself. And not only that, when it goes to the 3D model, then your deliverable aspects, for example, in this case, you are getting your entire design detailed drawing coming as a byproduct from the 3D model. You don't spend your time on creating your drawing. And then you also get your automatically output as a quantity takeoffs. These are the very important factor. This saves your cost. This saves your money. And when it goes to the concrete structures, it also needs a detailed bar bending schedule that needs to be going to the site. So you get that automatically from a 3D model. So when somebody is using a BIM-based 3D model, you get all deliverable from the 3D model directly. And you don't spend your time again and again to make any changes and all those drawing editing part of it. Quantity takeoff is very important because here itself, those who are dealing in the building and construction, they know that they have a huge problem of calculating how much concrete needs to be poured and where it needs to be started, where it needs to be end. So if you have a kind of a technology where it gives you the complete calculations from the pouring has to be started, how much the pouring concrete has to be, then you will be able to get a complete control on the project. There is a bite from our users saying that they believe on our technology's calculations part of it. Then we can also need to go further on product planning. Because when you have a project, you need to have a planning. You need to have a resource planning. So you can also do it from the same 3D model. You get all the details on the planning stage. And then if you now goes further to the construction site, because now it's all done in the design office, what will going to happen in the construction site? You need to have a layout control system whereby it is going to be connected directly from your design office. So this is the way we have an accurate modeling control system through which total stations, through that you go to the site, directly matching, making your accurate kind of erections. And that is bi-directional. So you can have any information that's in a site, you need to change it, you will be able to get it done from your design office. So this is one example whereby one of our customers is using a job box. They're calculating the concrete pouring there. You can do it the same way, whether it's a laptop in the site or as an iPad or even an iPhone. You'll be able to get that 3D model information on in your iPhone or an iPad and get your all details on the site. So this is one of the examples of Indian projects I'm trying to highlight here. It's a Chennai airport projects. This has been done based on the same technology. There is one is called the TCS Chennai campus. This is a very critical and complex projects, and it is also used, and this is the 3D model, critical model that has been done. A couple of global projects, which is, I'm just trying to run through quickly. This is a very complex projects, and you can see it is such a big complex project. So if you're going to depend on a 2D-based, drawing-based system, it will be very much impossible to do it. So in short, it's a planning, design, control management, and a time cost overrun. It's a one technology that can run through. And that's why we believe that's an absolute BIM model, whereby starting from your conceptual stage, it is connecting you, and it is for the owners who is making more money if you're able to plan properly and if you're able to execute it properly. It's a World Cup time, so if you can give the music, please, here. I'm just going to end up because I know that I'm standing in between your lunch time. Can you give the sound, please? coaching World Cup? Can you raise your hand? Only this much.
E o Tekla foi importante nesse processo.
Just wanted to end it with that because all that out of 12, 10 stadiums was done best on our technology, and it has also been awarded that has been most environment friendly way they've done it. Okay? Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Chatterjee, for such a wonderful and vibrant